All right, using the ILR Imperial La Roca, went through the Shapton progression up to a 10,000 and went, actually went 2,000, 4,000, 6,000, 10,000. The 4,000 and 6,000 were the new high carbon Shaptons, and I've already built a little bit of a slurry on here. And on this one, I kind of lift the blade a little bit just to kind of chase that slurry. Show you here what I'm talking about. You can see the water there, it's kind of grayed. That way I'll lift it so I don't push it off the stone and let the slurry work a little bit. Now some theorize that with slurry, circles work a little bit better. It helps the dispersion of the slurry under there somewhat and work actually. Whereas if you just keep it flat against the stone, I don't know. So, you know, doesn't hurt a little bit of both by any means. And I'm going to work this slurry until it starts to break down a little bit. And then I will dilute it by adding a little bit more water. And just kind of work through that slurry progression until it gets pretty darn clear. At which time I will rinse everything off, just do a few final passes with water only. I don't believe you'd have to use slurry with this stone. If you want to use it just as a finishing stone, you can. But I probably could have gone very easily right after the 10K just to plain water and been just fine. But just kind of refine the edge a little bit more and play with the stone some. I decided, hey, let's go ahead and work up a slurry and have some fun. Alright, now I just take my blade and I kind of spray it off. Let all that residue run back on there. Keep the slurry in there and let it work as long as I can. Now you can see it is definitely lighter than it was before in color, but you can see it's definitely still there. It's not clear. So let's work that a little bit longer, a little bit more. Need to tighten up this darn scales here. It's bugging me. It loses a little bit of drag as the slurry breaks down, obviously. Okay. Now if I feel a spot, like right here on the heel, feel a little bit of resistance, so I'll kind of focus a little bit of pressure on that, do a couple of strokes extra in that area. I'll wipe the blade off. I've got a little metal block here, a little small hammer, just a few taps on that pin. That's going to tighten up anymore. Be alright. Alright. A few more times with just some very, very light, almost non-existent slurry. Now I'm going to wipe the stone completely off, or spray it off. I spray it down pretty heavily. I could just tilt the stone, kind of wipe it off with the blade there, squeegee it off. Now I'm going to wipe the blade off real good. Let's do a few final passes, and that'll be all I do. This is the Imperial La Roca. Imperial La Roca. Yeah, that's right, ILR. You see a lot about these stones out there right now. Pretty new. I'm having fun with it. I've had pretty good results with it for sure. Natural stones, they're going to have some variance. You may get one and it not work as well as somebody else that you said, or that you read, said it worked marvelously. You know? Maybe they're marvelous and yours are two different things. You got to consider that also. Also, you got to take time to learn your stone. This one's been pretty easy for me though. I mean, I'm not going to lie to you. I haven't had any issues. I've used it a couple different ways. One, plain water just as a finisher, as the final stone in a progression. And two, just as a two-stone sharpening, I went from a 1K to this stone with some slurry. This is the first time using slurry after a bit of a progression. So, we'll see what happens. Be doing a shave here pretty soon. Alright, I think I'll finish that up right about now. The dogs are over here wanting some water, so I'm going to clean up, give the dog some water. Come here, I'll give you water. Come on. You don't have to get up here. Alright guys, we'll see you in the shave. Hey Roro, what are you doing? Come on. Yep. Come on. Come on, bro. Roll up. Come on. Come on, Tim. You got it. Oh, goodness. All right. Say bye-bye.